Most people don't have a results problem. They have a systems problem. Every client I see already has a path. I don't guess in consultations. I follow a system. My protocols aren't random. They're repeatable. And if you're ready to build your business like this is exactly what I teach inside my 6-week group mentorship. Spring edition begins May 4th. Registration is open now. Because when your systems are right, your results stop being optional.
What's up, everybody? Okay, let me fix this up real quick. How y'all doing, everybody? What's going on? It's Maisha Edmond, licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York. Super excited to be here. I am going to add our TikTok family, not TikTok, our what's this called? Instagram family onto the whole situation. All right, and let me go live there. What's going on, everybody? What's up? I am super excited to be here. How's everything going? Listen, I am on here because I'm not even going to tell you what, I am going to tell you what encouraged me today. Kind of weird, but you already know. I was watching the Jay-Z, it was a GQ, I think it was GQ cover, GQ, what is that thing called? Interview, right? With Jay-Z. Hey, Linda. And I started thinking about group mentorship. 1 does not equal A plus B carried to 3, but that's not the point. What it really sparked in me was that a lot of times I have been guilty. I don't know about you as a trichologist, a business owner, or whatever. I have been guilty of trying to teach people things that they don't actually want to learn. Okay? So if that sounds like you, I don't care what area you're in. I want you to stick around, hang out with me. If you're a trichologist, this is really going to be something that is pivotal for you. But I want to tell you, because I'm telling me, to stop trying to teach people things that they don't actually want to learn. If you agree with that, put a 1 in the chat. If you're going to stop trying to teach people things that they don't actually want to learn. Because what I found out is that people don't want more information. I thought they did, right? Because remember, when we really started like gearing up, especially in trichology, let's think about it. What was the boost in trichology? It was COVID, right? You're at home, you have your computer, you have your phone, you're learning about really creating content. This was the time when people were really buying information, right? And whether it was good information or bad information, they had time on their hands, right? They had time to implement the things that you were teaching, right? And so because they had time to implement those things, you were able to kind of put out this course, this class, that class, right? But what I found out is that people don't want information. They want something that works, right? They want something that actually works, right? So the realization or the shift is that I had to realize something. I thought people wanted to know how to do everything, right? And this is why I remember I was speaking to someone years ago, and she's like, Maisha, you give away so much information. You give, like, you telling us this, that, and the other. She said, what do you keep for yourself? And I felt like I would not be a good mentor, coach, or even trichologist for that matter if I didn't just give it all away. Or if I didn't put a price on it and then say, all right, you can do it too. It's easy for you to do too. It's fine. You could do. Okay, and that's great, right? But what happens is I will burn myself out, or I would, let me tell you why I'll be offended, because now I done taught you all this stuff and I don't see nothing on your page. I don't see you putting nothing out. I don't see any of those things. So now I'm like, well, what was the point? And then speaking to some people, they'll say, oh, well, I'm just going to save it. And then when I get in a position to use it, then I'm going to use it. So they were really like sitting in the classes and going through the courses just to kind of like have the information to use it later, and then later never comes. And what I found out through working with a lot of people, even more recently, even as I'm adding, even as I add AI into my trichology practice and everything else, is that people don't want DIY. They want DFY, right? They want done for you. They want to be able to do what they have to do because you already set it up. They want to be able to do whatever. They want you to set it up. They want the stuff to already be there so that it could take a load off of them so they can do the other thing. Everybody doesn't want to see behind the curtain. So I thought people wanted to know how to do everything. I thought I had to teach it all and explain it all and give it all away. And then it hit, right? Because that's not what people are asking me for, right? They are asking me to make it work for them. So even when I first came out, and I first became a trichologist, and I think a little bit before that, one of my lines was, I am the professional's professional. And I have to say that I hold true to that. I'm talking about pastors, HR, people, nurses, doctors, other trichologists, all like people that are at the top of their craft or want to be at the top. Even though I can, like daycare providers, even though I can tell them, oh, all you got to do is this. Let me show you this. You need a tutorial. Let me give you. They don't really want that. And I don't think that people know how to say that, right? So I was listening to the interview and I'm sitting in my living room and I'm just looking around and I'm saying, wait a minute. People do not want the information, so to speak, right? They want to be able to go in and it's already done for them, right? Now, based on the fact, are they going to pay or not? That's on them, right? But think about it. If you get it done for you, and all you have to do is log on and know that you could do your thing and make your money, then you're good. Like, is it not worth it, right? People do not value steps. Right? They want DFY done for you. Absolutely. People do not value steps. They value relief. This is, and I want you to hear what I'm saying, but I want you to look past what I'm saying too, especially if you're somebody that is putting out classes, courses, tutorials, and all that other stuff. If it's going to be a tutorial, if it's going to be a class, or if it's going to be a course, unless they really need you, go ahead and invest in getting you some AI videos done, or you taking the time to write your script out and do your videos and let people go ahead and go through it themselves if they're that kind of person. If not, whatever the end result that you're trying to get them to, go ahead and put them out their misery and offer that thing. Because I think that I came from a school, especially when you think about right before COVID and then COVID for sure, all the way up until now, I was in a space that said, people want to learn this. They don't want you. They want to learn it. They don't want you to do it. They want to know how to do it. But everybody's not trying to save a buck, right? And then it's not even about saving a buck, right? It's also about the fact that now I done took this class. I done learned all this stuff. I don't have a system in place. And now I'm exhausted because now I know this stuff. And I need to implement it and do all of the things and then put it in a place where the client could get it and then be able to make the money. It's too much. It's too much, right? So people, they do not value stats. They're not valuing steps. They value relief. They want relief from confusion. They want relief from wasted time, right? They want relief from doing it wrong. So you're giving people instructions when they really want a result. Think about it. I'm talking trichologists. Think about it. What's the result that people want, right? If you're a trichologist, I'm not even talking about you are teaching other trichologists or hairstylists. I'm talking about your clients, right? Or potential clients. What result do they really want? They really want their hair to grow back. They really don't care about the mitochondria. They really don't care about follicular dystrophy. They really do not care about how the blood going to the follicle is really going to help the hair to grow, unless it's a part of the solution. So like, I'm in the consultation with the client. I'm talking to the client, and then I say, okay, well, listen, blood goes from the inside out. So you're spending a lot of money on products and tools and things that you can use at home, when really blood grows from the inside out. So you being in this treatment plan, and I'm giving you, I don't want to force you to go and find out what you need to eat. I'm telling you, based on your blood type, this is what you need. Exactly. It makes their brain work too hard. It makes them crazy. So you have to be able to give solution. It's kind of like when I talk to people about like speaking. The stuff that you learn, the stuff that you look up, let's say like preaching, for example, right? The stuff that you are studying is for you to make the point that more strong. It's not solution, right? Getting them to the point, right? And so let's make it universal. In trichology, people do not want to study hair loss, right? They want their hair restored. In business, people do not want to learn marketing. They want the clients. In ministry, people do not just want revelation, they want transformation. Not knowledge, outcome. So when you are creating your classes, when you are creating your courses, when you're doing whatever, what is the outcome? Because that's what people want, right? So some of you are stuck right here. Some of you are stuck right here, right? You keep saving videos. You keep buying more courses. You keep saying, I'm going to learn this, right? And then you don't have time to become the thing. You're too busy grabbing more and more information. You need the thing to work for you, right? You need it to work for you. And so I made a decision. I'm not teaching this class like a class anymore. I'm not going to do group mentorship like I would do group mentorship anymore. I'm not walking anybody through any tools. I'm not showing you how to figure it out. I'm not. I'm delivering outcomes. And I think that when you start to do that, you even change like how you price, right? The why behind you, how you price, and all that other stuff. I'm delivering outcomes. So this mentorship, even this time, starting on May 4th, is mentorship about positioning. This mentorship is going to be about clarity. It's going to be about execution. Because before you were in mentorship, right? And what happened in mentorship is that I'm trying to teach you everything I know, right? But you need execution. You need to say, okay, after this 6 weeks, what? So Maisha gave me a whole bunch of tools. She gave me a whole bunch of this and that. So not only am I going to help you to execute and give you clarity and positioning, right? But look at this. You don't have to leave with notes. You don't have to, you leave with a finished work, right? So when I'm done, with mentorship for the people that are going to join me in mentorship this time is that you're not just going to leave with, oh, I know how to make AI videos, because I'm not even going to do that to you. I'm not even teaching you that. When you're done with my framework for your execution and positioning and clarity, you're going to leave with what my team and I create. And that's going to be your finished videos, your pictures, so that when you're done with me, then you have stuff that you can use over and over again. You have stuff that makes sense, right? You're not going to leave with ideas. You're going to leave with assets. What are the assets going to be? Like I said, you see my videos. You see my AI twin doing the work, right? She's out here saying, hey, join Maisha for this. Or she's saying, hey, I'm Maisha Edmond, blah, 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 right? You're going to have that. You're going to have assets. You're going to have videos in a file that you can say, all right, I'm going to put this out here. So like, I'm going to set it up. You're going to have your Black Friday stuff now. You're going to have your 4th of July stuff now. When is your birthday? Are you doing something for your birthday? Do you have an offer for your birthday? I'm going to create your commercial now. So when you leave, you don't have to worry about, okay, I need a subscription to ChatGPT. I need a subscription to Claude. I need a subscription to Gamma. I need a subscription to Gemini. I need a subscription to Manus. No, you're just going to leave with the assets. So you're not going to leave me trying to figure it out. You're going to leave already positioned with a plan. What's the plan? So when you're ready to do this is what's coming out. And this is why I'm making it smaller and I raised the price. What you want? I'm making it smaller, but I raised the price because I don't want you to have to try to figure out what you're going to do. Oh, now that I learned this, and then you got to come back on the side and get a strategy session. Say, Maisha, I know you had taught me this, but now what do I do with ABC? No, you're not getting that. You're going to get everything you need. You're going to leave with the assets. You're going to leave with the videos. You're going to leave with the B-roll. Because the truth of the matter is, even if I spend my time and I have 5 students or 5 mentees that say, I really want to learn this. I really want to know how to do this. And I give you all the tools, you're not going to do it. You're not, because you're going to be overwhelmed. Why are you going to be overwhelmed? Because you're still running a trichology practice. You're give you the assets so you don't have to try to figure out how you're going to get the clients and how am I going to implement all this information that Maisha shared with me over the last 6 weeks. That when you leave, you're going to say, okay, wait a minute. Not only am I ready, I have clarity, I have positioning, there's execution, and now I can say, okay, let me post this video right here. Let me use this. Let me use that. So then you're doing the little things. Right? You're doing the little things. You don't need to learn my back end. I was reading this book and I'm reading it often. I'm always reading it. It's not like just a one-time read, 48 Laws of Power. And there was this story in there where this person had beautiful, I don't know if it was like a beautiful yard all the time. And they had like these stones that like led up to their front door. And I think it was like Japan or something like that. And they had this tea. And the tea was like the best tea that, and a child, I could be skipping, mix some stuff around. Just stick with me, okay? And so they had this tea, and this really important person wanted to come and have the tea, right? And so there were the stones. And what happened was it snowed. Right? It snowed. And they were like, oh my God, though they knew it was going to snow or that there was going to be dew, and they didn't want the scenery not to be right. So they took these pillows and they put the pillows on every stone so that when the dew fell, that the stones would be perfectly dry. And then they went to this tree where they get the perfect lemon and they get the perfect leaves and they did the tea and they did all that other stuff, right? And then when they did all that other stuff, the person comes and check the scenery. The stones are beautiful. They're walking over the stones. Their feet are not getting wet. They come in. The house is beautifully decorated. It is exquisite. It smells good. And the tea is there and the tea is divine. And the person that did it all said, oh my God, I worked so hard. Do you know that I had to go get perfectly round pillows from down in town and put them on each stone so that the stones would be dry? And then I had to climb the highest mountain and pull down the most rare leaves. And then I had to go 50 miles all the way for one lemon. And then I didn't just boil the water. I ended up getting fresh coals and starting a special fire. And then I had to make the fire 10 times as hot as I needed to be. By the time they did all of that and the person is drinking and enjoying it, they're turned off. Why they turned off? Because ain't nobody asked you for your process. They didn't ask you for your process. They want the assets. They want the results. And this is what I'm saying. For this mentorship, on May 4th, for the 6 weeks, I'm not teaching you how to use AI, what to do, da 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 da. Nobody cares about your. And if you on Instagram and you see exit plan behind me, that ebook is available. It comes with a video. But also, this is your exit plan. If you are doing business, if you are a trichologist, if you are a healthy hair care stylist, if you are, and people do not want to know that you went to school for so many years and you had to do this, and this is how much the tool costs. They want the solution. Okay? They want the solution. So by the time you're done with me for mentorship this time, right? The price done went up. Okay, so that's just that. I got Klarna. I'm not even offering Afterpay. I'm not, because, and this is the thing I want you to learn too, as you're putting your classes out. Don't try to bring it down so low that everybody can get it. Whoever you're talking to, you're talking to. They got to work out their own soul salvation as far as the price. And look at this. Don't feel bad because you already don't have their money. So if you don't have it, you're not losing for charging your worth. Okay? Let's get back. So by the time you're done with mentorship this time, you're going to have 5 videos that speak for you. Your messaging is going to be clear. It's going to be refined. You're going to have the assets that you can use all year. I'm talking about B-roll. I'm talking about, so you don't have to be, and people do it all the time. You won't be reaching out to somebody like me saying, Maisha, what should I offer for Black Friday? Like, you're going to have specific stuff. You're going to have a holiday video. If you do something for your birthday, you're going to have something for that. If you do something for a specific like offer that you offer all the time, you're going to have something for that. You're going to have 5 AI twin videos, right? That show everything. You're going to have your messaging. You're not going to be scrambling. You're not going to be guessing. You're not going to start over every time you want to post. Your stuff is going to be right there. It's going to be right there, right? So what was the old way? The old way for me and the old way for you too, because I want you to elevate in this, right? The old way was you buy your tools, you learn the platform, you spend months figuring out, and then you have half-finished content sitting in Canva, sitting in Gemini, sitting in ChatGPT. You go to ChatGPT, you ask this question, you already know. You ask it one question, it gives you 50 results. And then say, well, won't you do this? And you know what, you're so smart, you should do this. And you know what else you should do. And then next thing you know, you done started 15 projects. No. So this time, this we're going to do 6 weeks, done, delivered, usable immediately. That's it. You can spend 6 months trying to learn this, or you can do 6 weeks and get it done. Right? And because of that, it's no longer $1,500. That's it. It's just not. It's not. Because of that, it's no longer $1,500. That was me underpricing outcomes that I was already delivering. And I think you need to take a page from my book. There are things that you are already offering. There are things that you are a genius. You are already delivering outcomes. People already know if they go to Linda, their cranial prosthetic is going to be on point, as my daughter say, T. So now what I'm offering is positioning and asset mentorship. It is, yes, and I speak to trichologists because I'm a trichologist, right? But it helps everywhere. But this is for trichologists. This is going to be positioning and asset mentorship. It is $3,500. I'm not going to over-explain it. If you've been watching, if you've been thinking about it, if you've been waiting to, if you want it at $1,500, go ahead and inbox me because I already done changed my website. I have already changed the price. I have already switched the API. I have done all the things in the background. I have already changed the sales page, all of it. I've done it. So if you don't reach out to me today, you're not getting it for $1,500. That's it. You don't need another tutorial. You need results and results that you can use. The price did not go up. The clarity caught up. So I want you to stop collecting information and start collecting results. Get what I'm saying? Okay? You don't need another course. You need capacity. And you're not confused. You're overloaded. You're not confused. You're overloaded. You got too many things. And I get it. You say, let me get this class, let me get this course, let me get this tutorial so I can do it myself. And then when I'm ready to do da-da-da-da-da. But if you position yourself right, you're going to be making so much money that you're going to say, you know what? Let me just throw this little couple of dollars over here because I'm pricing correctly. I'm positioned correctly. You get what I'm saying? So you don't lack knowledge. You lack execution support. You don't need to learn a whole new skill. You don't need to learn a whole, unless you are shifting in that way that this is what you're going to offer. You don't need a whole new skill. That's it. You need outcomes. You need outcomes. And that's it. You need outcomes. Again, you don't need another tutorial. I've been helping people these last 2 weeks. I could say, oh, girl, that's easy. You know, they asked me for, oh, Maisha, I need a landing page. I have a speaking engagement coming up, da-da-da-da, right? I'm strategy. That's what I do. I could say, girl, that's easy. You want to get on a Zoom? And I've done it and I do it. But today, I'm not doing it no more. I could say, girl, get you, let's get on Zoom. And when you get on Zoom, I'm going to show you my screen. Do you see my screen? Okay. And now what I want you to do is go ahead and now drag this here. Now do this. Now do that. You got it? All right. And Maisha, can you send me the recording? Yeah, girl. And then tomorrow is not done. Next week is not done. 3 weeks is not done. And then you say, well, I'm just trying to figure it out. And I just don't understand how it's supposed to go. And then and then you're frustrated and then you don't do it. And then when I see you in 6 months, you're in the same place that you were before. So why am I do that? Why am I play myself when I got all this good brain that I'm sharing all the time and I'm always giving out stuff? Why? It just doesn't make sense. So again, 6 weeks, done, delivered, usable immediately. That's what we're going to do. In mentorship is execution, clarity, and positioning. That's it. That's all we're doing. That's what we're going to do for the 6 weeks. You're not leaving with a bunch of notes. You're going to leave with with finished work. I got you. All right. If you are ready to show up differently, if you are ready to show up in a way that you have not before, you got all the tools, you done bought all the products, you got all the subscriptions. Let's X that out and let's get to work. You know what's coming up. It's the end of the first quarter. I think it's about 6 days left to the first quarter. You need to be in position so that you are able to make the money and stop spending it out. We keep saying, oh, if I just buy this one more thing, if I buy this one more thing, and it ends up being more information and you're not using it. I bet you can't find 3 months ago, a year ago, a year and a half ago, you don't know where those downloads are. You have no idea where those downloads are. You don't know where they are. You don't even know what they're about. And then you go, you watch a live or you see something, you say, oh my God, I need something like that. Found out you bought it already. What are we doing? That's it. That's all. All right. So group mentorship is different now. It is not what it was. Group mentorship is going to be about assets and positioning. That's it. If you want to join me for those 6 weeks, starting May 4th, today is the absolute last day that it will be $1,500. And not only that, you're going to have to inbox me for it, because as soon as I got that revelation and that aha, I changed it on the landing page. I changed it on the payment portal. It is $3,500. That's it, and that's all. All right? So I hope I helped you. I want you to think about the things that you are offering. I want you to think about the outcomes that you're already giving. And I want you to think about how you are devaluing the experience that people want to work with you get. You're devaluing the experience. Don't be afraid to raise your price. If nobody joins, listen to me. I still know it. I'm still using everything that I'm positioning you for. I already know it, and I already use it, and it's already working for me. So if nobody joins me, I'm good, because I already don't have it. All right, I already don't have it. And you got to think about that for yourself. There's a course that you want to put out. There are classes that you're going to put out. There are things that you're going to be doing, and you're saying, you know what? I really feel like I should charge $1,000, but I'm just going to charge such and such, right? Because we also look at it from, oh, I wouldn't have been able to afford it if, okay, that don't have nothing to do. You talking to who you talking to? I'm talking too much. Long story, medium story, short story, minuscule. If you want to join me, go ahead and inbox me. I don't usually do inbox, but I've already changed everything. All right. That's it. It is positioning and asset mentorship. That is it. You have assets. There are assets that you don't even recognize. I'm going to comb through what you have. We're going to pull out the assets and we're going to set it up so that you have your file of your videos and all of your things you're positioning, so that you can do the things that you need to do. You don't need to be video editing. You do not need to be trying to figure out how to get this picture and how to do this and take the watermark off of this and do this and do that. You need to be offering what you offer. You don't need to be figuring out how you're going to create this video and how you're going to create these pictures and how you're going to make this thing talk. That's $30, $20, $79 a month, all that for you to do a few things when you're not even, because what would be the smart thing to do? Get all of them, get the information, like batch a whole bunch of videos, pictures and everything, and then cancel everything before the month is over. But you're not going to do it. You're going to take a few months to try to figure out what it is. And then what? Now this money is coming out. You always short. You frustrated. You're not speaking to your clients. And then next thing you know, you're trying to tell people you can make their videos. I don't know. Anyway, that was it. That was all. Stay tuned if you are on Facebook and YouTube, because you're going to see the group mentorship video. And yeah, again, if you want to join me, it's $1,500 today only. Because if you click on the button, you're going to see it's $3,500. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day today. Happy hair growing.
Most people don't have a results problem. They have a systems problem. Every client I see already has a path. I don't guess in consultations. I follow a system. My protocols aren't random, they're repeatable. And if you're ready to build your business like this is exactly what I teach inside my 6-week group mentorship. Spring Edition begins May 4th. Registration is open now. Because when your systems are right, your results stop being optional.